A new report suggests that Avengers Doomsday may be bringing back yet another classic X-Men character. It further confirms that Marvel is leaning heavily into legacy casting for its next major crossover event. While this information should still be treated as a possible spoiler, the source behind it makes the claim difficult to ignore. The potential confirmation comes from legendary X-Men writer Chris Claremont, one of the most influential figures in the franchise's history. While speaking on the Power of X-Men podcast, Claremont praised the recently released Avengers Doomsday teaser, which featured the return of Patrick Stewart as Professor X, Ian McKellen as Magneto, and James Marsden as Cyclops. However, during that discussion, he casually mentioned that Famke Janssen would also be returning as Jean Grey. Claremont stated that what he found most exciting about the project was that Marvel was bringing back the original cast, specifically naming Famke Janssen. While he is not officially involved with Avengers Doomsday, his long-standing relationship with Marvel and deep ties to the X-Men franchise make the comment noteworthy. Even if he isn't directly attached to the film, it's entirely possible he has insight into which characters are being folded into upcoming projects. What makes this especially interesting is Famke Janssen's own public stance on the situation. Over the years, she's been repeatedly asked whether she would ever return as Jean Grey, and her answer has consistently been the same. According to Janssen, Marvel has never reached out to her about reprising the role. In a recent interview, she acknowledged that she understands why fans continue to ask, and said she's flattered that the character still resonates after all these years. She also pointed out that nearly every interview she does eventually circles back to Jean Grey and potential Marvel returns, often becoming the only part of the conversation that gets quoted or published. Janssen explained that she didn't realize just how big a part the character played in people's memories until she noticed how often it came up. No matter the topic of the interview, questions about Jean Grey and future Marvel films inevitably follow. Despite that, she has maintained that she has not had any conversations with Marvel regarding Avengers Doomsday. That said, there's an important detail fans have already noticed. During Marvel's large Doomsday cast reveal, both Famke Janssen and Halle Berry, who played Storm, were notably absent. Hugh Jackman is widely expected to return as Wolverine, making Janssen and Berry the most obvious omissions from the original X-Men lineup. Because of that, many fans already believed their appearances were being intentionally saved as surprises. If Jean Grey does return, it would fit perfectly with Marvel's current strategy. Avengers. Doomsday appears to be embracing the idea of legacy characters, drawing from multiple generations of Marvel films and uniting them under one storyline. Bringing back Jean Grey would not only complete more of the original X-Men roster, but also reintroduce one of the franchise's most powerful and emotionally complex characters. It's also worth noting that both Avengers Doomsday and Avengers Secret Wars were recently hit with significant delays. Doomsday is now scheduled to release on the 18th of December 2026, with Secret Wars following on the 17th of December 2027. These delays suggest Marvel is taking extra time to carefully construct these films, likely due to their massive scale and long-term impact on the MCU. Both movies will be directed by the Russo brothers, marking their return to Marvel after directing Captain America, The Winter Soldier, Civil War, Infinity War, and Endgame. In a statement following San Diego Comic-Con, the Russos described their excitement about returning to the MCU and continuing to explore its characters in new and unexpected ways, emphasizing their strong connection with audiences from past films. Whether Famke Janssen's Jean Grey is officially confirmed or still being kept under wraps, the pattern is becoming clear. Avengers. Doomsday isn't just another sequel. It's Marvel consolidating its history, reassembling iconic characters, and betting that legacy handled correctly can still carry the franchise forward. Until Marvel makes an official announcement, this remains unconfirmed. But if Jean Grey truly is returning, Avengers, Doomsday may be shaping up to be the most nostalgia-driven and potentially most consequential Avengers film yet.